of good jump shots you can use in NBA 2K26, but you're trying to find the best jump shot that fits you. Today I'm gonna help you do that. From being on a build with a high three-pointer or even a build with a low three-pointer, today I'm gonna end up looking out for y'all boys, no matter if you're on a small guard, a big guard, a lockdown, a popper, and look out for the 6'10" and up builds, especially for those 7-footers and 7'4s. Now, if you're new to the game and you're looking for a jump shot, I'm gonna also help you out with these settings to help you time your jump shot easier. When it comes to the controller settings, my shot time and visual cue is on push. Out of all the shot time and visual cues, I usually use push, or sometimes I mess around with release, but most of the time you're gonna see me use push as my shot time and visual cue for any build that I'm using. Then next, you wanna go to your customized HUD. Now, this is gonna be very important as you're gonna take off your shot meter. Now, using a shot meter on this game is not really that bad, but if you want that extra boost to your shooting, you're gonna take off your shot meter. Also, you can purchase jump shot boost for your build, so you can be able to knock down shots consistently on this game. Now, when it comes to the best dribble pull-ups in the game, you gotta use that Pro 2. Now, a lot of people might not like Pro 2, but as of me, Pro 2 is my favorite dribble pull-up to use, which it recommends you not to use anything as of a rating. Now, if you want to use Devin Booker from the older 2Ks, or even using Kobe Bryant, you need to have an 86 mid-range or 86 three-pointer to even unlock Kobe Bryant or Devin Booker dribble pull-up. Then we got Michael Jordan. Now, if you can't unlock those and you don't got the rating, use Michael Jordan dribble pull-up, as it's going to give you a 78 rating to unlock. Then we got Stephen Curry. Now, this could be a hit or miss for certain people, but if you're on a smaller guard, I definitely want you to try out Stephen Curry to his actual strong hand. But if you want an actual dribble pull-up that's different than everybody else is using, Devin Vassell is one of those ones. If you like to be creative and you like using pro play, that's one of the ones I definitely would recommend. Then if you want those builds and you like Kevin Durant dribble pull-up, is this one of the ones that create the most space, you need an 87 mid-range or an 87 three-pointer to even unlock. But if you're on those taller builds and you looking for something that's decent, Bam Adebayo. Use Bam Adebayo, but if you don't like Bam Adebayo, your last resort is going to end up being normal 2. So if you're in a build at 7'4" and you don't get an 87 mid-range or 81, you're going to use normal 2 as your dribble pull-up. Now that I gave y'all some of the best dribble pull-ups in the game, I'm going to end up showing y'all the best jump shot bases for small guards. Now, if you're on a small guard and you're a starter 4, the base Patty Mills is going to be a must jump shot base to use, which only requires you to have an 81 mid-range or three-pointer, but you got to remember, you need to be a starter 4 rep to unlock this jump shot base. Then we have Quentin Grimes. Everybody know Quentin Grimes is one of those top 3 jump shot bases in the game, especially if you're not a starter 4, and which is one of the fastest jump shots you can use, especially for a small guard, even for a big guard. Then we got Stephen Curry. I definitely recommend you, if you use Stephen Curry, make sure you rhythm shoot with Stephen Curry. Now, Allen Iverson is one of my favorite bases in the game, and I always tell y'all, all you need is an 83 mid-range or a three-pointer to unlock it, and it's very consistent. Then we got Kyrie Irving. You need an 89 mid-range or three-pointer to unlock, but I definitely recommend you to at least have a 93-pointer or 91 when it comes to blending with this base. Then we got JJ Redick, which requires you to have an 85 three-pointer or mid-range rating, but it's very similar to Quentin Grimes, but it's a little bit slower. Then we got Zach LaVine, which you can get on a big build or a small build, and it's a nice actual jump shot. It's very smooth, and a lot of people want to end up sleeping on it, but I definitely see it coming up as a wave of a jump shot that people are going to use for something different. Then we got Cam Thomas as a base that we use in NBA 2K25. It still works, but it's better options to use it. But if you got the three-pointer or mid-range rating, try it out. We got Kyle Lowry. If you're on those lower end up builds with a low three-pointer, definitely try it out, especially like Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, Kyle Lowry, those are 2 bases people sleep on when it comes to jump shots, especially if you're on the low end of your three-point rating or even your mid-range rating. Then we got Miles McBride, as you need an 85 mid-range or three-pointer to unlock, and it's a cool up and down motion on this jump shot. And there's a lot of potential with this base, especially for my people that's not starter 4. Now, if you got a low three-pointer, the best base I can give you is Jacoby Walter, aka JT Thor from NBA 2K24, which still knocks down in his chicken. But then we got Devin Booker. Devin Booker base, you need an 86 mid-range or three-pointer to use, and it's very smooth and solid to end up trying out. Now, I just gave y'all some of the best bases used on these small guards. Let's get into some jump shots. Now, a lot of y'all guys, I told y'all, Allen Iverson base is one of my favorite bases in the game so far when it comes to my small guards. Now, it's very similar to T-Mac, but this is Allen Iverson, Baluba, Colin Sexton, max speed, 55-45 blend. This is similar to my first jump shot. In my first jump shot, I used Baluba, Stephen Curry, 40-60 max speed. And this is the one, this is my day 1 jump shot right here. This one is green. When I say it's green, I scored 73 points with this jump shot on my guard. It's one of my most reliable jump shots. Now, if you want a Curry jump shot, I've been even trying it out, especially on my Curry build. I'm gonna tell you this now. A lot of people tell me rhythm shoot with it. I definitely recommend you to rhythm shoot with Stephen Curry base. Now, I didn't rhythm shoot it because I'm always using the square or using the button, but we got Stephen Curry, Baluba, Quentin Grimes, 3-4 speed, 65-35 blend, and it's between push and release, with it being at least 3 ticks past the halfway mark. Then we got Patty Mills. Now, if you're not a starter 4, this jump shot is not for you. Now, if you're a starter 4, we got Patty Mills, Baluba. Now, a lot of people say that Beluba doesn't work for them, just pure Beluba. You can change up the releases if you want to. Now, when it comes to this one, all you need to have is an 86 3-pointer or mid-range rating to even unlock while being under 6'5", but also being a starter 4. But if you need another Patty Mills, this is Patty Mills, Beluba, Colin Saxton. Usually when the combination is going to be a Beluba, Colin Saxton, or Beluba this or Beluba that, but this is the one with 3763 blending, which we're going to end up having this on max speed. And then with actual visual cue, this is between push and release, and this is the one I'm going to end up using the most, to be honest. Now, this one is actually fast. Now, if you feel like it's going to be too fast, put it on release. Then we got Quentin Grimes, TJ McConnell, Beluba. Now, this is a 50-50 one on release. Anytime I use Quentin Grimes, this is going to be mostly a release jump shot. I tried it multiple times trying to be halfway between push and release, but it's just not meant for me to use this jump shot on push and release. It's just pure release on the actual visual cue, and you should be fine. Then we got Jacoby Walter. Now, if you're those small guards, and you at least got an 83 pointer. You get Jacoby Walter base by having a 71 3-pointer or mid-range, but Devin Booker, Colin Sexton, 70-30 blend max speed, and this is literally almost like maybe 15 ticks past push. As it being almost 15 ticks past push, almost slightly between push and release, this is one of those ones I definitely recommend you to use. Even if you're on a catch and shoot type of guard or even off the dribble, it still gets the job done. And if you don't like some of the bases that you've seen so far with the certain jump shots, you can always switch the bases out on certain jump shots. Now that I move on to the bigger build to 6'5" all the way to 6'9", we got some new bases that I want to show y'all boys. We got Clyde Drexler. Now I was gonna put this in my last jump shot video, but I wanted to test it before I give it to y'all. And then we got Asar Thompson. Now Asar Thompson, I showed you at the beginning of the year, but a lot of people said they didn't like Asar Thompson. But I'm seeing people actually lure to the actual Asar Thompson wave, as it's a great catch and shoot base. Then you will see LeBron James. LeBron James base has actually been good for the last 2-3 years in NBA 2K. And if you got a low rating and you want to just try to go to, Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay could never fail, but it's not the fastest, it's not the slowest. And then we got Kobe Bryant if you're a starter 4. So if you're looking for Kobe Bryant base, you have to be a starter 4 to unlock Kobe Bryant. We got Jared Cover as well. So if you're someone that's looking for Jared Cover jump shot base, literally one of the best jump shot bases you can get, make sure you end up hitting starter 4 rep. Now look, Jared Cover, I definitely take Jared Cover over T-Mac. Something about T-Mac this year, it's just not as good as what it used to be in like 2K24 or even 2K25. Jared Cover is just the overall better base to use. Then we got Gordon Hayward, and I try to tell y'all, I'm trying to put y'all on to game before it get hip. I'm telling you, Gordon Hayward is one of those ones that slept on. Don't sleep on the Gordon Hayward base. I know it's a lot of great bases to use. The same thing with Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter is one of those bases that slept on too. Everybody else want to use Matt Ryan and stuff like. I'm telling you, try out some of these different bases. Like, give them a chance. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. These are certain bases, like especially like Harrison Barnes. If you're a catch and shoot type of player, use Harrison Barnes. If you want something different and you can't get Jared Cover, you don't like Matt Ryan, try out these bases like Devin Booker, Harrison Barnes. Then you got Gordon Hayward. You got a lot of bases and a lot of variety of jump shot bases you can use, especially on these bigger builds. Kyle Korver is one of those ones as well, especially if you're one of those people that like to shoot a lot of threes. This is one of those ones I say was great for shooting like deep threes. Then we got Quentin Grimes. I told you, small guards, big guards. Quentin Grimes is maybe the most used jump shot, especially for the small guards that's not starter 4, or even big guards that's not starter 4. Then we got Ray Allen, one of my favorite jump shot bases in the game. You know, we living and dying by that Ray this year, but you never know. I might switch it up. I might end up trying out Matt Ryan. It's a good jump shot base. I've recommended more of a catch and shoot than you actually off the dribble, but some people like using it off the dribble. The same way with Carmelo. Carmelo is a good base to use, especially if you're one of those people that want something different. You don't want to be with like everybody else. Carmelo is still green, it's still money. You still can knock down consistently, and you don't really recommend that high. The same thing with AJ Lawson. AJ Lawson is the closest thing you might get to a Patty Mills on NBA 2K26 for a big build of 6'6", 6'7", or even 6'8". Then we got Scottie Pippen, and I've been trying to put y'all on to Scottie Pippen since 2K24, and now everybody wants to listen and try Scottie Pippen base since there's no Oscar Robertson releases in the game. Now we got Scottie Pippen. You don't really need high rated. The same thing when it comes to Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson is a cool base off the dribble, catch and shoot. I definitely recommend you to try it out, especially if you got low rating. As long as you got at least an 84 3-point rating or a mid-range rating, you can make a nice, decent custom with it. Then we got Jacoby Walter. The JT Thor base from 2K24 is still in the game. It's just changed as Jacoby Walter. It's a still effective jump shot. I prefer more of a catch and shoot, but you can like cook up with it off the dribble. Now, you can't unlock Kobe Bryant base. Derek Whitehead is your only option of getting Kobe Bryant base if you're not a starter 4. So definitely try out Derek Whitehead base. The same thing with Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson is a great jump shot, especially when they catch and shoot. Some people like using it off the dribble, but I prefer you use it as a catch and shoot. And if you need a jump shot that's an easy base to time, try out J.R. Smith. Now, if you're like a popper or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, you want to build that just want to be able to knock down shots, try out J.R. Smith, or even try out Zach LaVine. And I even noticed with some of these jump shot bases, certain jump shot bases give you different green animations. Like you use Curry, you might get some walkaways. You use Zach LaVine, you might get a few hop animations off a jump shot landing. Now that I just gave y'all some of the best jump shots bases you can use for those big builds, you know I gotta end up showing you my go-to jump shot that helps me shoot around 80% from the three-point line, no matter what build I'm on, that's at least 6'5" and up. And I'm telling you, you can hit some crazy shots with this jump shot. Now I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, oh, Ray Allen to me is maybe a top 5 jump shot base in the game. And y'all know, Ray Allen, Devin Vassell, Quentin Grimes. If you don't like the releases, you can change them, but definitely try Ray Allen base as his max speed and it's between push and release. And I use this on a lot of builds. Then we got Quentin Grimes, Brandon Ingram. Now Chad Ben's jump shot is a good jump shot to use. Now you don't want to end up using it how I got it on the visual cue. You can max it out all the way on release. But for me and my timing or my reaction time, this is the best that I feel that fits me for when it comes to shooting with this jump shot base. Now if you're on like a popper or a spot up and you got like a low 3-point rating, low mid-range rating, you don't got that to end up getting a better basis. Scottie Pippen, Beluba, Devin Vassell, max speed, 991 blend. In between, you mostly gonna hit that release. Now this is one of those ones that catapults. Now if you're a starter four, remember starter 4 and you got at least an 83 3-pointer or mid-range, Jarrett Culver, Beluba, Kyle Lowry. This is what I used in NBA 2K25. A lot of you guys asked me how was I able to shoot around 65%, even with a game that had RNG, 35-65 blend, and it's going to be between push and release. Now, if you don't like that, you can use Julian Champagnie and Kyle Korver, max speed, 2080 blend, in the same as the actual visual cue. It's going to be between that push and release, but this one is leaning a little bit more toward the actual release. Now, if you want to put max release, you could. Ain't no problem with trying that out, but for this jump shot, you need an 82 mid-range or 3-point rating to even unlock. For jump shot base, I told you I don't sleep on that. Gordon Hayward, Beluba, you can use Luka Doncic, you can use other releases, you can use Rudy Gay, you can try to use Sadiq Bey, but 60-40, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 speed or max speed, up to your preference. The jump shot is actually fast. Like, you don't need it max speed, but hey, if you want it max speed, you can put it on max speed. But now, look, I gave you some of the best bases and jump shots for my big builds, like my big guards, stuff like that. Now I gotta look up for my big man. Now, if you're a starter 4, if you can get Chris Bosh, try out Chris Bosh. It's not maybe the best to me. Jonathan Isaac is still #1 in my eyes when it comes to the best jump shot base you can use for a big build. But if you want to be able to have a time stability that's decent, try Chris Bosh. And then you want something different, Nick Claxton. It's a fast jump shot base. It's different. You can try some releases that help you out. But Jonathan Isaac, #1. It's literally no other reason to try to use any jump shot base other than Jonathan Isaac, just because it's just way better than anything else. Other than the time and stability, that's the only thing. If you're trying to dribble with your build and you want to use Jonathan Isaac, it might not be the best combination. Mostly on the catch and shoot, try Jonathan Isaac. But if you want to cook up, give the Kevin Durant jump shot base a chance. Kevin Durant jump shot base for the past few years has been money. The same thing with MPJ. MPJ jump shot base, all you need is an 83 mid-range or 3-pointer, and a lot of big builds use it. The only thing about the MPJ base, it makes you jump forward. So that can end up giving you more contests, but if you're on a 7-footer, it's kind of hard to get a contest on those builds anyway. So look, Trey Lyles, another one that's slept on if you want something that's not going to have a low stability. Then we got Jabari Smith Jr. And I've been trying to tell y'all about the Jabari Smith Jr. jump shot base. It's one of those ones that slept on. The same thing like a David West or even a PJ Washington. But PJ Washington, I'd rather use the Jabari Smith Jr. if you had to choose. Now when it comes to these builds and these taller builds, even if you got a low 3-point rating or high 3-point rating, I'm gonna look out for y'all boys. Now look, lately no matter what build I've been hopping on, the build of using Jonathan Isaac, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Charles Bassey, max speed 65-35 between push and release. I used this to my KD build, my Wemby build, my Blake Griffin build, my Giannis build, and I shot over 60% on all those builds with different 3-point and mid-range ratings. But if you're not messing with the visual cue, definitely just put it fully on release. Now when it comes to the next one, it's MPJ, Beluba, Danilo Gallinari. Now Gallinari is one of those ones I didn't think people was gonna get hip to, but it's 33-67 blend, max speed, and it's slightly a tick or 1-2 ticks past push. Then if you're a starter 4, you gotta try out the Chris Bosh jump shot base. Now it's a smooth jump shot base, I'm telling you. Chris Bosh, Charles Bassey, Victor Wembanyama. Now, a lot of people might not be hip to the actual Charles Bassey, but if you're not hip to Charles Bassey release, what are you doing? 44-56 blend, max speed, in between push and release. I'm telling you, give it a try. Chris Bosh base is actually like that. It's been like that for the past few years. Then we got Kevin Durant, LaMarcus Aldridge, Dirk Nowitzki, 60-40, 3-4 speed. You could max speed if you want to. And I've been getting a lot of great reviews on this jump shot, as you only need to have an 87 mid-range or 3-pointer to even unlock. If you want something very similar to my jump shot I use and you don't like the actual like LaMarcus Aldridge combination, you can use Jonathan Isaac, Charles Bassey, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, 4753 blend, max speed. You can go fully on release if you want to, or you can just keep it where I have it right on the R. It's just one of those ones that you gotta mess with when it comes to visual cue, because it's all about reaction time, internet connection, all that, and with your basically just your timing of your jump shot. Then we got MPJ, Baluba, Charles Bassey. I'm telling y'all, must see a pattern with these Charles Basseys. 55-45 blend, max speed, in between push and release. But a lot of people end up deciding to go on release, but I'm more in between of the push and release. Out of all the jump shots I gave y'all, even the bases and dribble pull-ups, there's something to help you become a better shooter. It's just something to help you end up finding the best jump shot that fits you. Now look, for all the information I gave y'all boys, all I ask y'all boys y'all can do, drop a like for me, also subscribe if y'all haven't yet, so you don't miss more videos like this. So I put on y'all to the sauce, anything y'all need to know to help you end up becoming a better shooter. Make sure you share this video to one of your friends that can't shoot, so they can end up going from shooting 30% to all the way to the 70s, just from all the information I put in today's video, man.